looking at the legs, you looking at the arms, you looking at the aura. But when it comes down to cooking, I don't know how to cook a lot of things.
Oh,
I know
you gonna say you can't go to Piggly Wiggly? Piggly Wiggly is country. Piggly Wiggly is where the best ingredients are. Really?
I'm bougie with mine. No,
You probably go to Whole Foods. You look like a Whole Foods.
Don't send me to no Winn-Dixie. Do not send me to no Piggly Wiggly. Do not send me to no Stay Bright. I'm bougie.
Piggly Wiggly.
It's quality.
Piggly Wiggly is the South.
I'm so pound cake that I can't even cook with everybody utensils or even oven.
Slow down, gym shoes.
These ain't gym shoes, auntie. These are standing on business. I don't know what you're used to. I could care less.
Memphis.
When this toe point west, and then this toe point east,
What does that mean?
kind of similar to this, we gonna get some straightening with a CK. She done got me wound up. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, you ready? I've been ready.
Friday with Cam Newton and K. Michelle in 3, 2.
Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Typically, I have a rundown of things that I would tell you what we do over here at Funky Friday, but welcome to another episode of Funky Friday. I will give you this disclaimer. Strap your seatbelt on tight, and if you can use the other person's seatbelt, you may want to strap that on too. Look down at your shoes. If they not boots, go get you the nearest boots and strap them on tight too.
Them not boots.
My next guest is an artist, songwriter,
Yes.
entrepreneur by way of restaurants and many other things, and a so-called baker. I present to some and introduce to others, Miss K. Michelle. I couldn't wait to press this red button because on camera, baby, we talking about baking.
This is your house, but you can't outbake me. I'm sorry.
Can I do my job now?
Do your job.
Can we talk about you making that manyan with country music, man?
Yes.
Sweetie Pie, Honey Bunches of O's, Southern Belle.
I paid for my scholarship. I paid for, let's just say, I went to Florida A&M University.
FAMU.
Yes. The best HBCU ever.
Okay.
And I went in and I yodeled.
Yodelay, 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 who that?
I yodeled.
That was a scholarship?
It wasn't. I made it one. I yodeled. I went into Florida A&M University. I knew in the 10th grade that I wanted to be a rattler. And that's what I was going to do. So I needed a scholarship to pay for school. And I went into this HBCU. And I said, I can sing these songs y'all want me to, but I yodel. And I just remember their faces. They said, what is going on? And I got a scholarship for yodeling. It had never been done in the history ever at Florida A&M University.
Can you see why it hasn't been done before?
No.
Because yodeling, in my thought process, is like a Caucasian thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I just think about a person with an old backpack and stand on top
A
of it.
backpack to yodel?
A satchel.
Just like you use parchment paper to bake. Mm-hmm. I get it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm going to try it with you.
So when you yodel, that's not a black thing, though.
No.
That's what...
It's a technique. And you know what is crazy even about country music and what's going on even now is that defining genres, whether it's R&B, whether it's hip hop, this and that, there are certain things that make a genre a genre. And for me, there was a guy named Bob Westbrook. He did Justin Timberlake, because he's from Memphis as well. Britney Spears, a lot of Miss Americas. And I did a lot of Miss America, like, pageants and things like that. And what was crazy, I had this big voice, and he went to my mother, Bob Westbrook, and said, because our voice is so big, people, no disrespect, people are going to think she's going to sing Whitney Houston. I would like to give her a technique and something different. And that was yodeling. And my mom was like, yodeling? What do you mean? We in Memphis, Tennessee. You feel like this girl yodel? What are you talking? We don't know what this is. So my mother, being open and just wanted me to be the best regardless of anything, I got to explore a whole different type of life. And I was laughed at all the time because I yodeled and played classical piano.
Oh, that's dope. I meditate to classical piano.
You do?
The Beethovens of the world and things like that. I love listening to movie scores.
Okay.
Quincy Jones was a person who, one person who looked like me that created that type of music too. So his discography is deep and rich in that. 10th grade, you knew you wanted to go to FAMU.
Yes.
Who was the direct person responsible, or what experience was that?
A boy.
You chased a dude?
Look, I was in 10th grade. Well, I was even younger than that. I met a guy on a church retreat.
Good God, good Lord Jesus, don't use my God like this. My God ain't
God
no
did
doctor.
that. I met a guy on a church retreat, Brian Reed. And I met him on a church retreat, and he was from Florida. And he was like, when you go to college, you should go to FAMU. So I was always like researching things and all of that. And my father was like, you going to Ole Miss. They have the best choir, all of this. So I started to research Florida, and I loved Florida A&M. It was a Black university. It was ranked high. And I just started to pay attention to being a rattler. And in 10th grade, when they opened me up my bank account, I got the rattler on my checks. And I was determined to go to FAMU.
Dang. By the time you got to FAM, was Mr. Reed there?
No, he wasn't even enrolled in college. He ain't never went to college.
So help me and the people understand how he gonna try to direct you, a man that's supposed to be of God or in search or pursuit of God.
Yeah.
And he talking about, I need you to go, I would like for you to go to FAMU. Then all of a sudden, you go to FAMU, he ain't even on that beaten path.
So, like, I want that type of love. Like, that type of love where you're so delusional. Where is that? So he never went to college. He just lived in the city of the school. And he knew...
Tallahassee?
Yeah, Tallahassee. And he knew that I was, like, my parents are really big on me going to college. My dad is a college professor. My dad is 82 and he's still a college professor. He's more famous than me in my city. And he knew I was going to college. And he was like, come to this college so you can be close to me. And as a young, impressionable girl, I'm like, I'm going to FAMU. But once I started to read about FAMU and everything, I wanted to go to an HBCU. And I was infatuated with FAMU. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going there.
And you went there.
I went there. I became Miss Freshman my first year. And I became Miss Florida A&M University.
They just get that to anybody, huh?
No, they don't.
I was just joking.
Let me tell you.
Tell me
Let
something.
me tell you what I would. No, they don't. So I won Miss Freshman. All these rich people had all this money. And I would sing dorm to dorm to get the vote my freshman year.
What song would you sing?
I would sing anything they wanted. And I wrote the whole campus a letter. Because I didn't have the money. And I didn't have all the money spending for candy and all that. I would sing. That was my gift. My freshman year. And I went in, and I just remember winning Miss Freshman. And I was just me from Tennessee. They thought I was so weird and so different that by the time I was running for Miss FAMU, you know, it's political even in that. I was running for Miss Florida A&M University. I had pledged Delta Sigma Theta. And I found out I was pregnant after I won Miss Florida A&M University.
And at this particular point in time in life, you had no connection with Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed is not.
No, by the time I got my freshman year and I got there, I had my first engagement ring.
You don't say.
Yes.
You've been getting rings.
I get a lot of rings.
I don't. But
I don't know. You get a lot of other stuff. So I got. You do.
slow down.
I
down.
researched you.
Slow down.
Okay. Oh, slow down.
This my show. Don't hurt me.
I think you like me here.
No. I love you here.
Okay.
But since the toxic me wants to know what you heard about me, so I can confirm.
Can we be honest in this space?
I'm trying to tell you, you got to tell the truth.
I heard about you leaving the first girl for the stripper, and I was like, oh, that was my first time hearing about you.
Say it one more time.
You left the first girl for the stripper, for your strip. Well, not disrespect, because I was a stripper. Yeah. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I love strippers.
You do love, I love strippers too. I was a stripper.
It's an appreciation. I think that's the Atlanta in me.
I was a stripper. I was a stripper after college. After I was Miss FAMU, I was a stripper. Name? Piper.
Like Pied Piper?
Yes,
You should have been Yodel. Yodel the Great.
But I only danced to country music. And I wore overalls. And I only danced to country music as a stripper here in Atlanta.
You're talking about an experience. See, that's the thing about Atlanta, about like our expectations for experiences when we go into the strip club is different than any other city. Because a lot of people lead with faces and bodies, but Atlanta's the total package.
Yeah.
You gotta have sets. It's like, okay, you know, if you go up the stage with your partner, like it's like a performance arts performance. It's like, yo, like, oh, she got it going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like from the outfits to, you know what I'm saying?
So imagine being in college, being Miss FAMU, like fighting, you know, the odds. Like, Kay, you literally are Miss Florida A&M University. And you're going to have a baby. And I remember being pregnant and walking on campus holding my mom's hand and giving up my title because I had to, giving up my title and saying, I've never played things how they're supposed to, you know, play. And I remember my last year, I walked on campus, had given up my title, and won Miss Florida A&M University and decided to have my child. And I had 21 credit hours and 2 incompletes. And still in 4 years, I still graduated. Top of my class and got in 3 law schools with a baby and everything.
That's dopey.
And that's why when people be like crying about circumstances and things, I am the circumstance. And I don't really have, maybe I should be softer, but I don't have a lot of sympathy and things for people because that was my first media scandal, you know? So after that, I dated like a rich nigga, huge boxer, knocked out Roy Jones, everything.
Well, you done said everything but his name. Who?
Antonio Tava. He don't care. That's the homie. I met him in Memphis, Tennessee after I had graduated, and he was trying to talk to me, and I said, I don't want to talk to you. I want to be a star. And I feel like I'm ahead of myself. When I was at FAMU, the father of my child now, he was on CNN every day and everything because for hazing. He got in a big hazing case.
Oh, it was that fam. But what? Oh, wow. For the fraternity.
Yeah. For Kappas. And literally, I had a baby by this man, and all those guys lost, if they were in pharmacy, anything they were in, they got kicked out of programs. And the father of my child was the dean of pledges for that.
Dang.
And he proposed to me, and I said, no, fuck that. I'm gonna be a star. I don't want to be your wife.
Now that, hold on. Tarver proposed to you?
So my baby's father proposed to me. I thought he was going to jail. And I was working hard or whatever. Once I got out of college is when I met Tarver. And my first year out of college, I went back.
I mean, not pledge. What did you major in?
I majored in business, minor in music.
Okay.
And I graduated, went to Memphis. My mom was really big at FedEx. She was a big executive at FedEx and got me a job.
FedEx is extremely big in Memphis because
that's all we got.
I'm in transportation, so I should know.
And I had this job getting paid more than most out of college would get paid. But I knew that I didn't want to do that. And I ended up seeing Antonio Tarver in a club in Memphis trying to, date me. And I said, well, I don't want to date you, but I want to be a star. Mm. He said, I don't know nobody in music. I said, but you know people that know people. I said, give me the number and I need to figure it out. Mm.
So is that labeled an opportunist or is
that's
that
labeled
intentional?
a motherfucker that got to get in there and get it.
Well, you got it then.
No, it wasn't without hell. I went from a club on a Friday to this big boxer. I don't know nothing about no boxer. But I knew I cannot stay in Memphis, and this was not what I was supposed to be doing. So he heard me sing and was like, oh, you could really sing. So I told him, you need to get me to somebody.
And you got to figure that out. That's your job. Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't really think you could sing either.
You did?
No.
Why? Tell me why.
The first time I knew of K. Michelle was reality TV.
Yeah.
And then I heard, how do you know? It was on Pandora.
Why you been singing it? You like that song?
I love it. But I heard that song, and I was like, who sing that? And then I Shazammed it, and I was like, oh, that's K. Michelle. I was like, no. Like, no disrespect.
No, I'm with it.
I was like as in the K. Michelle on hip-hop. I was like, oh, no, I got to go now. I got to fool with it now. Because a lot of times, the
How do you even know that song?
No, let's just say I've been a fan. So don't let my competitive side deter you from appreciation.
Thank you.
So when that happened, TV does a lot of picturing for Black communities and things that I didn't expect you to be able to sing like you could sing,
That's real.
Because even really Cardi B. Mm-hmm. I didn't think Cardi B was as talented as she was until she dropped Bodak Yellow, and then I'm like, hold on, who is that? Cardi B. No. Not the. Mm-hmm. So that's how it necessarily happened.
I respect that because that was difficult for me trying to do reality TV, being your truth when it wasn't popular.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time. Now, yeah. But then it wasn't popular to do wretched reality TV and to actually have a talent. So the amount of money spent and time spent to try and you know, say this is a real artist, it was a very difficult thing.
Yeah. And be taken serious. That was the difficult part. It wasn't hard to do it, is to be taken serious doing it. Now, I can hear the comments now. I can hear everybody like, right, to what you said about me.
What I say about you?
Left my baby mama for a stripper. Men today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and to keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the US suffer from depression every year. And it's often undiagnosed. With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. As the world's largest online therapy provider, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/funky. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/funky. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Because that's all the media has put out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know about no football unless I'm dating a football man. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not like a football fan.
Yeah.
So if you see someone,
For sure.
I saw you with this big personality, and I was like, oh, he fly as shit. Like, I watched that. I saw that you was like a rebel. I'm always for the people that are not in line with what people think. So that's my first time seeing you and witnessing who you were. And so, of course, while witnessing that, I got to witness he left this and this and that. And me being for the women and writing these songs about me. And I was like, oh, this is juicy. If I'm being honest, this is some juicy shit.
Can I make it juicier?
Yeah, make it.
She was the stripper.
Who was the stripper?
I never left nobody for a stripper.
Both were strippers.
No. She was. That's why I didn't leave under those premises. And the reason why I'm open to saying that is because I've had clearance with her to make it public. And just like her, a lot of people have history in dancing. So it's no, like some people be like, oh, he dated a stripper. Like where I'm from, yeah, it may not sound good, but to walk around with something that you know, like dare I say, because I'm a church boy, I'm rebellious, I'm the black sheep. It's like when I was always going against the grain. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where we found our love at. In this rebellious state, like, yo, I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? Boom, we have 4 beautiful kids together, 5 collectively. And yeah, even still to this day, we have a great working relationship. There's times, there's ebbs and flows, just like any other relationship. And I think she's one of 3 baby mothers that I have. I'm currently with one.
Okay.
I think the thing that a lot of people may say is, I always have to monitor how the children feel. You know what I'm saying? There's times where I feel like, yo, our relationship is unbelievable. And then there's also some times where I feel like, why are we playing this childish game? Going back to when 2 adults have issues with each other, if y'all don't prioritize the children, then they will be affected the most.
Absolutely.
So that's just a ongoing, relationship that I need to stay healthy. Because if we've had our, ups and downs, and some of it and most of it has been public, but that's my dog. Like that's a person that's still my responsibility. Make no mistake about that. The woman that I'm with now knows that about each person that I procreated with. That's just the alpha male in me. Like I take care of mine, So the narrative also, may have been he's creating broken homes. Yeah, but I take care of each.
Does that bother you?
It really does. It really does. But needless to say, I take care of my homes. I don't even like my baby mama saying that they a single parent. You got too much support.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I think the thing where I have watched what you've gone through is the rebellion and being a very rebellious person and, you know, being from a college graduate to a dancer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think I witnessed it and I thought it was like a win for like dancers because, two, we are human.
yeah.
And I watch what's going on with you, Cam. And I watch people's opinions of this and that. And I made sure I watched everything that you've been saying and how you know, have conducted your shows and everything because I wanted to know what I was walking into. I am what people might call a feminist. But I'm also a realist, you know? And I get it. I know that probably has affected you in a manner of creating broken homes but taking care of your kids and still being in the public. Look, when it comes to stuff like that, guess what? Your kids are the only one that matter in that situation and what they see and what they feel. I don't know anything about the women personally that you date or anything. I can only say that at the end of the day, it's about your kids. And it is about, you know, maybe you're not in the home every day.
Facts.
My parents have been together over 30-some years. Okay? And I don't know how it would feel to not have my father at home every day when I came home. So I know men can go have babies here, this and that, but what happened? What happened to structure? What happened to the feel of your father being there, this and that? I know that you are well off and you can handle and take care and spread yourself far around for a lot of people. Right. But you have to understand how women feel and how fuck the media, because they gonna whether you was married and doing that or not, they still gonna say some shit. Right. But what happened to the structure that I saw my grandfather, you know, do? The structure of one woman, even if he was dipping off on the side, but coming home to one woman, you know, every day and being there and seeing your kids every day. You probably see your kids. I don't know what you do every day. I'm not here to judge you. You probably see them every day still. But don't you think they deserve to always have you there in home?
I'm just waiting for you to finish. Yeah. You done?
Oh, you are me. Okay, go.
No, I think we share something in. I want to get to our relatability of being misunderstood, but to answer your question, yes, they do deserve that. I think there's a story behind every story that I've been the bigger person in saying, you know what, you told your story, cool. Mm-hmm. I'll be the bad guy because it's so easy for me to do. Because in media, the man is always the bad guy. You can't name me a man that broke off a situation that he's like, oh, he's
not gonna happen.
It's just not gonna happen. So out of respect and love for her, that story that, oh, you left this, whatever y'all want to take. But between me and you.
Okay.
I ain't even talking about K. Michelle. I'm talking about the situation.
Okay.
You know what the situation is.
How do I know?
I'm using you as.
Tell me. I want to know. Tell me.
I think to protect other sources.
You don't even want to get it.
This is not the platform to say that. My maturity has taught me that. Mm-hmm. My team has also taught me that. Everything ain't for everybody. But understand this, my children do deserve a 2-parent household. The reality is that's just not how it worked out. Now, the guilt in me feels that.
You have a guilt?
No. When you hear it, there can be a guilt that happens. It's like you create broken homes. I can't do nothing about that now. But what I can do is try to make my wrongs right. Mm-hmm. I do that by showing up constantly. I have certain things that I do with children, my children specifically, that's our thing.
But what about now in having new kids and creating, is that a goal of yours? And you don't have to answer to anybody.
No, ask the question that you're asking.
You want me to ask you a real question?
Please. Go there.
Okay. Well, having the situation and relationship that you're in now, I did see that your significant other now is having
another
one. Mm-hmm. Is your goal to create? I think everyone would like to know, is your goal right now to create a 2-parent home for your child that you already have and your new child? Is that the goal? Because you do skate around that. From everything that I've watched, you do kind of skate around that. Is the goal? What is the ultimate goal right now in your dating and having kids?
Every situation that I've ever been in, I thought this was the last one.
Okay.
So to answer that question, do I plan on moving on after her? No. Okay. The plan has always been, even with the first, the second, the third, is nobody goes into a situation and
says, okay. You've never said that. Like I've said, before I come somewhere, because I be attacked, I wanted to know what I was talking about when talking to you.
Oh, for sure.
This is actually kind of the first time when you have said, my goal is to not have another significant other. Really say that.
Well, let me say it.
Okay.
My goal has never been to have multiple significant others.
Okay.
It just worked out like that. So when I say my wrongs to the world or to the stereotype of what a household should be, mm-hmm. It has always been screwed up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you think a household should be?
I think there should be a male presence and a female presence in each household, because there are certain things that a man or a female should only or can learn specifically from a man.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that can only be taught from a female.
Okay.
So that's what I do believe in. I do believe there should always be a 2-figure household.
Can I ask you something you might get mad at me about?
Man, you can't make me mad. I'm bulletproof.
We all get mad.
No, trust me. I promise you. There's nothing that a person can say that I haven't already cleared with myself. I just make sure that what I say doesn't offend the innocent.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I'm a straight shooter.
So let me ask you this. Being that you're living your life and mm-hmm. you are who you are, you have your significant other who is who she is, do you ever at night or when you're alone or in a space ever feel like you're speaking and things are hurting her?
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel? Like, what does that do to you? It
took her to tell me that. I didn't know. Because you got to understand, too, that people have to give other people grace, because those aren't prerequisites of understanding for most men. And I always say this about men. Men don't register things the same way females do. Meaning, I don't know how that make you feel. I know. If you ask me a question, would you hit? Yeah, I hit. But you standing next to your woman. Mm-hmm. And how does that make her feel? I don't consider those things. I not used to. But now it's like, would you hit?
Do you see, like, I don't even get into that, but the attack on your significant other now, the type of attack that she goes through every day, you saw I got tears in my eyes. That type of attack is the type of attack, that I've gone through in different things. And to me, she's like a pretty amazing woman.
Dope.
And being in the media, you're never going to be right. They're going to attack you for anything, like good or bad. But the type of attack that your significant other gets, I feel is very unfair.
And it's in large part self-inflicted.
What you mean?
Meaning inside the household, I bring these attacks to her. She used the words, not me. She said, baby, I feel like a piñata. And you're setting me up.
Ooh.
So with that, I needed her to tell me that. It never, and this is the thing too. My first baby mama didn't tell me that because she probably didn't know how.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that she didn't feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
My second baby mama didn't tell me that because she probably didn't know how. Mm-hmm. And now, as we're going through things, and this is why I always tell females, and I'm grateful that we're having this conversation and you're asking me these questions, because even as strong as I am, even as successful and how much money, I still need help. Help meaning, you gotta tell me, babe. Like, I don't know how this is affecting. No, for sure. And sometimes women lead with, you're supposed to lead. Mm-hmm. And that could be like, hold on, but I still need you to give me insight so I can lead us, right? Mm-hmm. And we have these conversations. That's what I'm saying. I'm an open book.
I didn't know how you were going to be like in a conversation, because I'm going on his show, and one thing, I've made a living off of singing the thoughts and writing the thoughts.
In real time.
And the true feelings of women. That is how,
And can I be honest too?
Yes.
My team did a subject analysis.
Okay.
Of Cam Newton.
Okay.
And I was genuinely curious to what people thought. Not that I care, I was just curious. And to not have support from women bothers me.
You don't have that.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, we're going to talk, we're going to be 100.
Yeah.
You do not have that. Women are so mad and so bothered that when I told them that I was doing your show, they was like, light his ass up. Tear his ass up. Tell him the truth. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna talk to him. I'm really gonna ask the questions that I hear when Cam Newton's name come up. I'm just gonna ask the real questions. And I think a real man, like you're doing, is gonna talk. He's not gonna, be offended. He's gonna just have a 100 conversation. So if I'm sitting here, we're supposed to have a full 100% conversation. Sure. And people like your significant other. They've liked her before y'all have become a couple. For sure. And some things that she has said, might have offended women in other ways, and now they're like, oh, so now you're in this situation that you made fun about.
Right. And now all of a sudden you done switched up.
Yeah, you done switched up, but I'm telling you, it's something called being dick drunk. That dick. Oh, hallelujah, that dick. It will make you see things differently, do things differently, and just love in general. Yeah. So what I want to do with you today is have for real, not like it looks good for me, it looks good for you, but just like a 100% conversation.
I need that.
And that's what's needed, because I don't feel that you are a bad guy. Yeah. I'm not getting that. No. I've dated some evil fucks, but I'm not getting that in this.
No, with that though, you have to understand growth is needed. Mm-hmm. And my heart goes out to my first baby mother, Kia. Cause like I love her. Like that's my nigga. You feel me? Sometimes she may not receive that.
Yeah.
And the circumstance can get a little sticky too. Cause even though I'm in a happy relationship, her reassurance to, and granted, Jazz didn't even know Kia. Didn't even know.
What you mean she didn't need?
She didn't know Kia at this time.
Oh, Kia. Okay.
No, nothing.
Okay.
But you know, when you're dating a person, you start trying to, you know, do your research, and you're just like, boom, you know, my second baby mother, Lorena, her and Jazz,
beautiful.
They met. So boom, it was one of them things that like, okay, cool. And people can't understand that dynamic because it's like, yo, no, I'm mature. I'm grown. Like, yo, and they met without me being there. Like, it was one of them situations like, hey, boom, you in Miami, y'all cool, boom. And that's where a lot of people don't understand my dynamic. I pour myself into women more so than men.
Okay.
And I need it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm going everywhere, but I'm trying to bring us back. Being in my position when you're the person everybody pulls from, your charging station for me has always been women.
But that's why there's this thing and there's this balance. Like, you know, I'm the one in my family that takes care of everybody, all the family. And the thing is, when you come home, you want to be, like you said, your charging station. Yeah. That's your charging station. You want someone to pour into you and to give that to you and this and that. What I think is happening with women right now, can we be honest about what women are dealing with? Yeah. Women are making more money than men. Mm-hmm.
That's challenging.
Yes.
That challenges the
if normalcy. You're going to bring me hell and I can pay my own bills, it's not worth it. Women are going through this whole different thing of, you know, what it is. Like, I see my parents who've been together forever. I get to witness a traditional, you know, old school type of love. But nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls, we're witnessing this and that. And it's like the genders are doing this.
Clashing.
And it's like a hot topic and this and that. Yeah, it's cute. It's a hot topic. But it is really destroying families. When I go, okay, think about this. Being in Nashville all this time, being in Atlanta all this time and then going to Nashville where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch or hoe in Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the Black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful Black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on Black family, you know? Mm-hmm. And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a Black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, Black men, I got to tell my Black men to really step up for Black women and create families. Yeah. It's really not cool. Black men are attacking Black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful Black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening, because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama sad at night. At what point is the successful black man in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day. I get to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family? You gonna write this song and leave at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife? At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it. We're never gonna have it. It's just not gonna happen. So if your mentality is, yes, things happen, and I'm not knocking you for that. I didn't come here for that. But at what point do you take that black woman? Do you be at a home and show your kids what it's like, you know? At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things. And I know life happens. You can't be with somebody you don't want to be with or whatever, but my grandparents did it. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never seen another type of man. That's why I've turned down 3 rings, because they wasn't like my grandpa. My grandfather raised 9 kids on his own because my grandmama died before I could even meet her. What point are our black men going to stop the bullshit, the social media shit and all of that, and build black homes? If we don't build black homes, we can't depend on white folk to build black homes. So when you see somebody like your significant other who clearly loves you, and it's all these black women rooting for her, rooting for you. They want you to build a black home. That's their anger. They don't know you. They can't judge you for anything else. They want you being who you are, being attractive, being successful. They want you to take hold and solidify and build a black home. That's not saying you're not taking care of the kids you have, because clearly you are, and you love your kids. Taking care of your kids and building a home is 2 different things. At what point are we going to stop these back and forths? Oh, this type of woman, don't say nothing to me about that. Well, guess what? You're just weak. Like, you want a strong woman around you. And I'm sorry, like, black women have just, that we get copied from hair to body to everything. Black women are the most unloved individuals in America, but the ones who have built.
The most mimicked.
Most mimicked. Good or bad mimic, you know? But we looking to you. We looking to you. A successful black man, we are looking to you to change the narrative. And when you don't, it becomes, go on that show and tear his ass up.
Mm-hmm. I receive that. And Nothing but a white flag, because I have been guilty. But if we're going to have this conversation,
Let's
how we
have
need to
it.
have this conversation, just like you're holding me accountable,
Hold me accountable.
I need black women to hold themselves.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Because that's where it's to, tear his at. But then I got my brothers, it's like, keep it real. Now here. The point that I was making earlier
Okay.
was when me and Jazz was dating, one of the most memorable conversations that we had was, my heart goes out to Kia.
Yeah.
That's what she told me.
But that's real, right?
No, it's real, right?
Okay.
But here it goes. You seen Friday After Next.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, you don't know Baby D. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's the little boy in me.
Yeah.
You feel me? And stay with me. And I'm like, you don't know Kia. Keep her name out your mouth.
Okay.
I was in defense mode. As we kept dating, she said it again. And she would say it regularly. She's like, man, my heart goes out to Kia.
See?
And this is after she met Lorena. She was like, yo, man, Lorena, cool, dope. I can see what you saw. And that's cool. And we've had multiple interactions, and she knows what my expectations for setting standards and boundaries for everybody. Uh-huh. She just knows what type of individual that I am. And knowing that, my date history was when I did not understand what came with the success. I wanted it all. Hear this. I grew up in the church.
Okay.
My father's a preacher. My parents have been together for 39 years.
Ooh. Okay.
So I know what right from wrong is, or what that structure looks like. I just didn't choose it. I just didn't choose right. Mm-hmm. Not to say that at the journey, as the journey was happening, I wasn't trying to make that right with my situation.
Yeah.
At the time. Kia, that I'm saying.
Okay.
So
The first baby.
the first baby mother.
Okay.
Because, man, we caught like COVID in 2020. Uh-huh. I mean, inseparable. Just, man.
That's the best way.
You feel me? Like, bro, we jumped off the porch and was just like inseparable. And then that's where she was like, I can't stay with you because I gotta go take care of my daughter. I was like, man, look, we gonna make this a family. That was my pursuit then, because I come from that.
Yeah.
Stay with me. I come from that.
So you wanted that because that's what you saw.
Always wanted that. Still to this day, I want family. I believe in family. I don't have no friends. I've made this a public service announcement. I don't have friends. I have family.
Okay.
Straight up. And if my daddy got your number, you're no longer a friend to me.
Your family.
Your family.
Yeah.
Because even with that, that's the most influential man in my life. That's the most influential person in my life. So if he gives the hat tip to, then that's my gatekeeper. If my mother also does that, then cool. So for me, I've always wanted that.
That's what you want.
Because that's where I came from.
Okay.
Now, if we're keeping it about accountability,
All right.
I know what a woman is supposed to be. That's not to throw no shade. That's not to say that she wasn't that. I would resort both parties being immature and wanting the title more than the actual nuances of what it actually takes to be a healthy relationship.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
What are your beliefs to what a woman is supposed to be for you?
For me. Now, this may not be everybody's expectations. These are my expectations. Uh-huh. I want the woman who I have in my life to make my house a home, a safe environment, a loving environment, understanding just the totality of this ain't for the kid. Hey, grown folks talking, y'all go downstairs or y'all go upstairs or y'all get out of here. We talking.
Okay.
Certain things should not take place in front of certain individuals.
In front of kids.
So that's not, and I hate to have this conversation because it makes it seem as if Kia wasn't that, because that's not the case.
No, you're not saying that. You're just telling your experience.
I'm saying my experience. What I will resort to that, in large part to me, I was young, successful, and I did not know what came with success. Okay. Because the person who is still the most influential person in my life could not relate to me no more. And now I'm here to figure out this thing called life with the young nigga from Atlanta that got money, that got clout, that got status, and got it all. So my dad, like, he would have these sermons and it would be so awkward. But you know, when you ever been to church and you be like, man, he talking to me. He would make it so intentional. He would say, no, you know what? Cam, come on down. That's who my dad is. So when you talk about embarrassing, I don't know how to feel embarrassed because that's what my family do. We gonna put you on the front street.
Okay.
And he basically said, hey, we need to figure this out because I can't preach to the people.
Okay.
And my son is rebellion from my word.
Most sons are gonna.
So understand, I've always had that accountability. But for me, my immaturity was still too curious.
But that's real to even speak on your immaturity. And that's kind of why, I want to talk to you, because I'm like, your ultimate goal of what it is, because you are so loved, in the community, and we want to see that, but we also want to see you do, what we want, but you also have to do you. But if something doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't pressure into anything that hasn't made you happy or isn't what you even feel. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, Cam, you have been so tough in media. You haven't even expressed that side for real of, this is really what I want. Or maybe it's been expressed and we just don't want to hear it. We want to hear what you say, what we want to hear.
It's a lot of clickable things that people highlight more than others, because even having these conversations with my lady, it's like you get caught into the clickbait.
Yeah.
You ain't no different than everybody else. Did you watch the whole clip? Did you watch the whole episode?
Yeah.
Because for that one time that I said that, I made sure to back it up with, I love her to death.
But even if we're watching the whole clips, we do know people don't go with the truth. They go with what's most entertaining right now. So even with you backing it up, the initial clip still has the initial effects and the same hurt. You get what I'm saying?
No, for sure. You're right.
And honestly, like, your vibe, your team, everybody here, it's a different vibe. It's a very cool vibe. I know when I'm around devils. I'm from South. I know.
You know when you're around some sinners?
Yes, I know. And that's not the situation here. And I'm the person you can talk to. I'm never going to judge you about anything, but I'm going to always talk to you 100.
And if you change that, then that's why I would take offense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, I've been extremely adamant to pursuing what makes me happy.
And you gotta be happy.
Oh, for sure. But to sometimes, success don't bring happiness.
No, it doesn't.
Circumstances.
I was stripper. I was happy as a stripper.
Come on now. But circumstances bring happiness. If you really think about it, it's like my circumstance now makes me happy. Money don't make you happy. Yeah. Things don't make you happy. Accomplishments don't make you happy. Your circumstances, the state of mind of like just, Now, as we talk about, relationships, and we're talking about just the accountability on the female side, I think during that time, still being in a relationship, I was outside. Now,
are you happy?
Yeah, hold on.
Are you happy in life first?
hold on, because I went back. Now you're talking about currently. I'm still back. I'm trying to tell a story, but
Okay.
I'm extremely happy now. But back then, I was outside, so I got everybody's best.
Okay.
Oh, but where you want to go? It's done.
Okay.
Not knowing the effects or the collateral damage it would do to my relationship.
Yeah.
Because everybody's different. Everybody has certain processes that they go about. Certain things that matter to you may not matter to this particular person.
Yeah.
And one of those things that, the situation requires, just check in with me. When you don't check in, I know you on BS.
Check in how?
Everybody's check-in is different. It could be a text. It could be a FaceTime. It could be a phone call. It could be...
That's how you are in a relationship. You need to check in.
No. The person, whoever you're dating, what their requirements are,
All right.
is what deems that check. It may not even be a check-in. Just let me know that you're safe. Or some people can go days or hours without speaking, and that's y'all's...
Is that you?
No.
You like the...
I'm from the South. Smothered, covered, cut, chunked. All in it.
Just all on me.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my situation was like, yo, you're not checking in. I know you on demon time. I know. And there was times where it wasn't what was being said, it was how it was being said. Granted, my immaturity, my ego was so big that we was having conversations like, man, bro, it's tough. It's hard. It's hard. I'm 24, 23 years old. You
gotta learn. You don't know.
I gotta learn. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know, but part of me is curious George.
I was curious, George.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm
saying I was hell. And I probably can get away with my hell more than you because being a woman, let's be honest, women, y'all gonna be mad at me today about this. But women are the best cheaters. And women can get away with way more
So check this
than
out.
a man. I'm being honest.
No, I'm about to be honest.
Okay.
When you're the man
Okay.
that she is cheating on with, you see a whole different side
You
of a
been
woman.
cheated on?
No.
I'm asking. Have you been cheated?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. Currently, no. But when she's in a relationship
Okay.
and she cheating on you with him, like for him, like, shh, babe. Hey, I'm gonna call her back. We outside. Hold on. We about to get the reservations right now. I'm gonna call her back. I'm the best side nigga ever.
Oh.
I'm on.
Boyfriend number 2.
Man, I'm just a organ donor. That is it.
Not an organ, though.
Listen, I just recently went to a horse race. I'm a stallion, and I get to make that's
But
how.
did that affect you? Being an organ donor?
Yes.
Men can say it.
Yes, it did though.
It did.
No. But this is the kicker. Your boots tied up.
Well.
When you do it to the popping ones that are publicly in a relationship.
Ooh, y'all can't take it.
I said, publicly. You.
Ain't nothing like denying a rich popping nigga.
No.
Baby, it's the best feeling. You can straighten your wig. When you deny a rich popping nigga.
It flew over your head.
No, it didn't. I wanted to stick where I was at.
Okay.
Because I wanted to say that.
Now I want you to feel this.
Okay, let me feel it.
When a relationship is public with 2 popping people.
Okay.
And she is cheating on him privately with you.
Ooh.
That make you look at a whole side of a woman and say like,
What it make you do? What it make you feel like? What?
y'all ain't what y'all.
But men do it all the time.
For sure.
But it is different for y'all. It is extreme.
You want to know?
Death. It is lay out, fall out, and die. But guess what? Y'all do it every single day.
But you know what's the difference?
What is the difference?
At least we tell y'all.
Y'all tell. Y'all get caught.
At least
What do you mean a woman's gonna tell you before you tell the woman? Y'all get caught.
Because when you're talking
Y'all
about,
not
and I
good
receive
cheaters.
this.
Y'all not good. Y'all
I
not
receive this when you say
y'all tell.
we demonize women. Yes, we do. Black men have been guilty of this for far too long.
Okay.
Demonizing women.
Okay.
I got hoes. Man, I got them all lined up.
Different area code.
So you did.
Okay.
But the deceit in a woman doesn't make it any better. Because, like I said, just because you don't know, that don't mean it's not bad.
Ooh, that's real.
I'm trying to tell you. So when you see this happening, and you be like, oh, but you get a DM on Vanish Mode before it was Vanish Mode, they used to just unsend it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Come on now.
That's crazy to take it from a perspective of from a well-off, handsome, successful man to see the women that will cheat with you to get with you and do their men like that. That has to affect you in a certain way. Like, you have to look at this woman and be like, dang, she did him like that, she'll do me like that. But we never talk about that.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm being 100. We never talk about how men feel when you cheating with a man.
I experienced that too many times.
Okay,
in real
I give
time.
you that. I give you that.
Because
I'll give you that. But no one think about that. Like, when a woman cheats with a man and she really want to be with that man and all of that, that man is looking like, well, heck, you cheated on the man that you got. You're going to do me the same way. And men take things differently. I will give you that. I will give you that.
So while I'm juggling the outside me,
Okay.
the wholesome me is still trying to create. And that's what I apologize for. Because I should not have decided or strung along the casualty. And I want this, just give me time, just give me great, like I'm outside, like blah, 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 blah. But we was not having healthy discussion.
Were you telling these women that they were going to be your end all be all?
Never.
Ooh, you never told them that?
Never.
But look.
Now, I told the one I was with, I want to be with you.
Okay.
Because I did want to be with her. The other situations was just a byproduct of a nigga
Being
from Atlanta.
here at the time when needed.
A nigga from Atlanta. Oh, I could put them nouns and verbs together.
Not a nigga from Atlanta.
Oh, I got game, baby. Oh, I got game. It ain't, listen
The
here.
best game is no game.
No, that's to you. The best game is to be able to have it, act on it, and slander it.
The burden of truth.
And pound cake it. That's how us men talk.
The burden of truth. See, what men do nowadays is the burden of truth. What they do, they go and they tell you, oh, I got this woman, I'm not doing this. And it's always said, you don't have to lie to a woman because she's going to lie to herself if she really wants you. You don't have to lie to a woman because she's going to lie to herself to be with you. So the burden of truth thing that's going on right now saying, oh, you tell them exactly what it is. That way it's off of you and the burden of truth is on them. Mm-hmm. Even if your actions are showing them that they are making them feel like they are number one, you've already told them what it is, right?
Stood on it.
Burden of truth. That is a piece of game and things that are going on right now. So I'm old school. Old school is always said the best game is no game. And it's kind of like the burden of truth, saying what it is.
I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. It's no game because you're just honest.
Yeah, I just told you what it is.
I always stood on that merit, though. And that's, so when you, well, I will label it game. It's not game, I'm just being me. It's like, you got a girl? Yes, I do. But tonight, why you worried?
Just you right here, I'm telling you what it is.
Why are you worried about something that you really don't even care about?
You know all those women think they can change you, right?
Listen here. I'm a dollar bill, baby. You can't make change.
But you do know that these women, when women get into situations, they feel like, I always say this, whole song, I always say, what makes you think that your hot pocket is different from anyone else? Women always think they can change and structure a man. If you look me dead in my eyes right now, and if I was trying to get with you and you say, you know what? I got this going on and I'm not this. There is this power, this woman, this thing in a woman to feel like, no, not for me. You're going to change. So then that's where I get torn. If a man told you, and it's this woman thing in them that feels like they're going to be swept off of their feet and they're going to be different, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's a responsibility on the man to know that that is in that woman's nature, or it's a responsibility in what he's already told the woman?
I think it's subjective to each situation. I think if we're holding men accountable, I think there's a lot of guys that's out here that's lying.
Okay.
To just get it. Man, I'll tell a girl anything just to get the pussy.
They ain't even got a lot no more.
Yeah, for sure. But for me, and I'm not trying to big myself up, because I just wish that the state of mind that I am in now, I feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying?
I love that for you.
It's like, I can look on the menu, I just can't order it. I can appreciate a nice looking female. Mm-hmm. You know, oh, she fly. There go a bug. Mm-hmm. That's our relationship, me and my lady. There was so much that I had to grow from the first instance that even when we have our interactions now, because I see her often, and every time there's things that she doesn't get to appreciate because I'm changed. Still have some of the charisma. That's never gonna change. But to understand, like, bro, what y'all about to get into? I'm good, bro. Now, the thing that I didn't appreciate what you were saying is a lot of the descriptions or the depictions of the man that you were saying, from going home at 5 to staying at home, or how can we get back to that? Like, I never was an outside person. I never.
So you're at home a lot?
No, all the time. I'm an introvert.
Okay.
I'm an introvert. Going back to smothered, covered in chunk, I like to be by myself, but never alone.
Oh, that's me.
You see what I'm saying? I need you to be in the vicinity, but
yeah, that's not in the room with me right there, but you need to be in the house.
Hey, yeah.
Got it.
Oh, okay. All right, bet.
Okay.
We can. That's a love language to be understood. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of me has a goldfish type of mentality. Just make sure our area clean and
yes.
I'm good. But I want to be by myself. You feel me? I need that for my creative thought process, and then just the load management of just day-to-day stuff. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that I can relate to you, but as you were holding me accountable, I would say that I receive it.
Thank you.
And also that a lot of my thoughts and actions was immature. I now am on this journey to merge my relationship with women through the media. Because any woman who knows me, any female who knows me, they already know what I stand. Look, dog, you're not gonna disrespect nothing around me.
And I would tell you, like, because the media, like I said, they're gonna always have a problem with what you do. And I would tell you, you know, as a friend and coming through that, you know, you do this. Like, you can't appease media and do all of this and that. But, you know, I'm sitting here talking to you as, you know, a friend.
Yeah.
And I get you saying you want to try to figure that out, even, you know, for just Black women. That's where I'm standing right now, but I'm also standing in being human.
Oh, yeah.
And you've expressed that you are human. And you've taken full accountability for being human. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. So I'm not here to judge you being human either way, but I did really want to talk to you coming from a woman who's made a career and life off of writing the emotions and feels of women all over the world, you know? I just wanted to say that it's not that they are angry with you or hate you. They just, you know, they just want to see our men do something different from the narrative that has been placed on us. But even in there being a different narrative, you still got to live your life too.
And be happy.
And be happy. And I'm never for taking a person's happiness away from them. And just even talking to you, you know, I get a different perspective. And I don't want to sit here like the judge and juror, but yeah, when I said I was doing this show and I came on, all the women that I know was like, oh, you need to ask him. Oh, yes, thank God you going on there. You need to talk to him.
But in retrospect, not a lot of women, there's been, I would say Dr. Bryant, you know, she probably...
That was intense, right?
It was, but it was a lot of me.
Okay.
And
it's all the me for somebody who is not in a relationship.
I just hold a lot of relationship consultants to a standard where, like, how you gonna tell me about a relationship and you're not in a relationship?
You know what I can tell you? I can tell you what not to do. I can't fully tell you what to do. That's how I take on songwriting and perspective.
It was just that type of energy that I was like, hold on.
I get it.
So yeah,
I get it. So
still love
when
it
I try to speak, I'm only going to speak to you and right. I always say I only sing songs that I know of. You know, because it's just not that. Like, if you're not married, don't speak to married people, because you ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
Answer me this.
Okay.
Do you feel like you were misunderstood?
Very much.
In what regard?
All of them. So much so that I got quiet. I've been quiet for years. It's kind of my first time speaking.
Appreciate it.
Like speaking in years, because every time I would speak, I would be judged so heavily or be viral that I just said, I'm not even speaking.
Has that impacted how you present yourself?
I feel like it has, because I went from doing every interview, saying everything, to not saying anything at all.
But when I do my research, right, and I don't want to speculate, but assistants, publicists, managers have fluctuated.
Very much.
Because
you'll never play in my face and in my circle. My thing, when it comes to me and a team, that's why I have such a strong team now, is because I used to accept a lot of things that I didn't need to. And people would always think low of me. Coming from Memphis, having an accent that I have, they took my accent as stupid. One thing that I've learned from my father, who is a college professor, is the smartest person in the room doesn't let people know how smart they are. I've consistently watched people in this business, because I was a woman or because I had titties or because of this accent. I've consistently watched people play with me, and I've sat there quietly and let them think that they was doing something. So one thing, I have the gift of firing.
that's a gift?
It's a gift.
Or the authority, too.
The authority, I will fire in business and fire in love. I am the runaway bride. I have been proposed to 3 times and never made it to the altar.
But do you think that you're the difficult person?
I think I'm difficult when I decide to set my boundaries for what I accept. People's boundaries might not be as high. People don't even like this. I think more of the people around me than they may think of themselves. And I think that they are absolutely great, and I feel like they should act like that. When it comes to my business, I will say, this is not it. This is not it. No disrespect or nothing. I will walk away, just as I will do in love.
Now, who knows the real K. Michelle?
Oh.
Now, it's a double question, right? Number one, personally, really 3.
Okay.
Personally, professionally, privately. And you can take that however you want to.
Look at you. Who knows the real K. Michelle? Personally, my child, or my family. I made it a point to never put my child into media on my social media page or put them anywhere. Full TV shows about my life and my child is not there. My child knows exactly who his mother is. And he also knows that, with my child just graduating from college and all of that, I did my job. Graduated with honors. And he never wanted to be famous. So my child will tell you, I know my mother and I know her protection. That's private. Personally, I would take that as relationships. There are not a lot of men that have truly penetrated who I am. I am a very calculated, very chess-playing dater.
They say the best game is no game.
No game. But chess playing is just who I am. It's not a thought to it. It is, if I can't write a song about you, I'm not going to date you. I date men for songs.
Date or
Sleep with or
penetrate.
I do it all for songs. I enjoy it. It's a thrill.
Who got the biggest banger then? See, we talking about songs. We talking. Who got the biggest, who on the Billboard Top 100?
Respectfully, my biggest selling album that I've ever written was about Idris Elba.
Oh!
And respectfully, respect to his wife. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I'm happy he's happy. But I've never written an album.
Somebody have got a song out you, but an album?
A whole album. But I respectfully sent him that album. I sent him that album.
And I want to be respectful. We do want to be respectful
yes,
to his.
I would never disrespect that woman.
Yeah.
And
but we're just talking about history here.
Yeah, history. Yeah. I sent him that album before it ever came out. Mm-hmm. And that was the most emotional and honest of writing that I ever did. And still to this day, it still hits top 10 every year.
With that being said, this ain't got nothing to do with nobody. Have you ever dated outside your race?
Yes, that's all I would like to do.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
I always get in trouble for this over the past 3 years. I've always told my sisters to go where they are loved. And I've always told Black women to be open to dating, even outside of their race. I love Black love, and I would like that. But to see my African-American women sitting around waiting on a Black man as he chooses whoever he wants to choose.
Do you look at that?
I do.
So if you look at that as a way, no matter what it is, this goes back to accountability.
Okay, give it to me.
If you look at the Black man that's in a relationship with another race as a side eye.
I don't look at it as a side eye.
Okay,
that's the thing.
Okay, how do you look at it?
I want Black men to do, if they were a Black woman, to build a Black family. I'm not the girl that sits up there and looks at the Black man when he date a white woman or date someone and say, "Ooh, you can't do that." Normally, I don't even want them men. And I've always dated outside of my race. And I would like for Black women to be open to the people that like them. White men love me. White men love me. And that is just the
Once
truth.
you go Black,
That's just the truth.
as it's getting thrown back, you ain't never going back.
Yeah, they love me. And that's just always been what that is.
I love that for you.
You do?
I swear on everything.
Tell me why you love that for me. Come on, friend.
I'm an opponent of happy.
Yeah.
Be happy. Go to, go do, go be with whatever, whoever, whenever, as long as it incorporates happily.
Yeah.
Then whatever. Don't tell me you married.
I'm not
if you
out
can't
there
tell me
anymore.
that you're happily married. Don't tell me you're in a relationship.
Oh, but they gonna tell you they married. I've been married, but you are miserable.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Frost Bistro. It reminds me of the Rashida and Kirk situation. They've been married for forever, and they are miserable. That is horrible. And I just remember her yelling out saying, "You'll never be married." Well, not to that bullshit. You was right. You know? Don't just be married to be married. And that's what I want for black women. I'm all for black love.
Can I stop you right there?
Stop me, come on.
That's what my home, my nucleus was. I don't want to be married just to be married.
You want to be happy.
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay. I just feel like that. Like, life is so short. When you start losing people, or even me, I went through for surgeries, like cosmetic surgeries, I almost lost my life. To really think, for a surgeon and people to really look at your mom's face, and people to really, the doctors really think you're not gonna make it over trying to create or do something to yourself, and you say, God, give me another chance to live, and you live, you see life differently. Yeah, I done seen niggas get killed and stuff like that. But when it's you, I don't see things like other people. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't have I just completely changed. Looking at your mother's face and they saying, what's wrong with her, all of this.
Can we get some tissue?
That's a different thing, Looking at your life and praying to God, if you give me a second chance. This and that. Everybody don't get to live a second chance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is my opinion.
What?
When you happy, ain't too much got to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I say that direct, but indirectly saying the person that's making you happy, you start becoming the butt of the joke, but as long as you're giving the butt up, it's okay.
Yes.
You fat, pudgy little thing, girl, come on over here.
See, but I didn't have that. Like when I got into
That's
the
what
game,
I'm trying to tell you. And that's the power of relationships.
Like my guy now, he is Mexican. Mexican and black. And
Hispanic.
And the thing is, I have always been, like, I realized, let me say this. The men that have treated me the best, we're going to get in trouble about this, Cam.
Talk to me.
But the men that have treated me the best have not been black men. And I'm a black mama bear. I am for black love. I'm a ride for my black men. But if we're being honest about the men that have treated me the best, they have been white men. They have been this and that. So when I got in a lot of trouble on B103 some years ago because I told black women to date in love, not in race. Oh, baby, they told me You know what I'm saying? They tore me, black men tore me up. That's why when I'm talking to you and I'm talking to you about, okay, I understand you want to be happy. Like I could come in here and judge you, this and that. No, it's about happiness. Life is too short.
Can I give you some insight?
Give me.
Now, I think a lot of things are awarded. I think a lot of actions should come by way of not just given. It should be earned, so to speak, right?
Is that everything? Or are you talking about in love? What are we talking about?
I'm talking about everything. Certain things are default based, chivalry.
Okay.
Respect. Those things are just default. That's stock motor.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no extra added amenities. But what I'm getting to is the men, no matter who they are, black, white, green, blue, it don't matter. I would tell you, as women,
Okay.
As a woman, but
All right.
women in general, have grace with your man.
Oh, I do.
But understand this, don't assume. We have to stop assuming. There's a lot of times where we have, bro talk. And the worst type of bro talk is when you comparing and contrasting your relationships in a bad way.
Okay.
Man, you think your girl crazy. Man, you see what I'm saying? That type of talk, that's the point of no return.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But it all has a lot of stemming things, but when you know and understand your partner and are willing to go on that journey to try to find that understanding. See, a lot of times women judge the branches.
Yeah.
But we got to get to the root.
Okay.
Let's get to the root. Like who, what? Why you feel that way? Baby, let me tell you this. The way you was talking, I didn't appreciate that. Okay, baby, what should I done? I don't know. I can't tell you that right now because this is the thing that has worked for me. I'm still processing it, and give me grace for processing it. And as I process, I will try to find the words to explain how it make me feel and how I can direct you to do it because things happen. I think in my mature state now, I've been more open to listening.
Okay.
And challenging the status quo. My children have taught me this. But why is a real question.
I think that, like, right now, even for me, yeah, like, I have those type of conversations. Like, I didn't like this. Before I might be like, Like, it's like, I didn't like this. I don't want to do this and that. Dating at my age right now, I was in a 10-year relationship and never got married. 10 years. And to hop back into the dating world right now and to gone through what I've gone through just in life general, professionally, all of this, I just see things differently. So I get to have those type of conversations that you're speaking of. I get to be like, I didn't like when you said that, this and that. I wasn't mature enough back then to even deal in that. So when I see my sorority sisters who are doctors, fine as hell, doctors, lawyers, all of this, and they're single. And they're waiting on the black man to come and sweep them off their feet. I'm like, girl, you better go where you are loved. Like, you better go and love how you love.
Can I speak to that too?
Speak to it.
Some people are delusional to what they attract.
What? Tell me. Speak on that. When you say that, tell me.
You can be a doctor, but that don't mean
you attract a doctor. Oh, okay. I get that.
Your resume is filled with accomplishments and accolades. But you trying to attract a baller. Survey says you attract a bench warmer.
So let me ask you this. For someone like me who comes from Memphis, Tennessee, who is rough around the edges, this and that, but I attract the wealthiest and most refined of white men. Why is that?
I'm not white.
I mean, you're not white, but you're a man. You're a man. You're a man.
Yeah, but...
So can you tell me why even in that, I just want to get so women like me can even see. I don't attract, never have. And I don't even, the thing is I always attract men with money who are successful and I never ask them for it. That might be my problem. Yeah. But why do I attract the complete opposite of where I'm from and who I am?
Okay, so a lot of times, and I hope I answer it this way, a lot of times we're dating, and who am I? I'm an opinion.
I want your opinion, though.
You have to be realistic, but also understanding, being intentional too. No matter who and what it is, it's like the intentionality has to be behind the action.
Okay.
So whether he's white, whether he's black, if you know what you want, go get it.
But it's not about me. I'm saying when I go out, somebody might this and that. And then I am in the whitest city in America.
Mm-hmm.
It was named that. So that's different. I'm saying it's not about what I want. It's about what comes to me. And I'm asking you as a man, I'm speaking for the ladies.
Yeah.
I'm asking you a question as a successful man that women want this and that. When you are attracted to a woman, what do you look for? Let's start there.
Used to.
Okay, well, you have someone now.
Yes.
But before you had this amazing woman,
Right.
what were you looking for as a successful, handsome man that is in the majority of someone that women would try to date? What do you look for? Just wanting to
First and foremost, beauty has to be there.
Okay.
That's because a lot of times girls may have good resumes, but they're not.
Okay.
Their cup of tea may not be my choice.
Okay.
Now, are we grown?
We grown as hell.
Go get the dude. Send hints.
Oh no.
No, see, no,
oh no. Nobody's sending no hints
Can
now.
I make it? Can I make it?
You a hunter.
No, I'll
Go
definitely.
hunt.
Listen though. Take you for an example.
Okay.
You are a very intimidated woman. Like men are intimidated when they approach you. You're not the average person.
I'm super cool.
But they would never know because they just assume.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how alpha a man is or how successful a man is. A man still needs hints.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it could be eye contact. It don't always have to be a drink. It could be like, okay, she talked to me. Now I'm about to go in. A lot of times women assume, and they be damned if I give the first hint or I go out to... There's no real rules to love, ladies and gentlemen. If you know what you like, I've literally had conversations and I said, so you mean to tell me you seen a man that you like? You could see a potential or a thing there, and you allowed that man to walk by, and you not say nothing?
That's old school, like traditional. You can say I'm wrong. I just personally don't believe you are, as a woman, you set yourself up. You are never supposed to approach a man.
Okay, but listen to this.
Don't.
There's some women that are friendly,
Okay.
but that doesn't necessarily mean she's single.
Okay.
There's a lot of women who are single, but they're not friendly.
Yeah.
So do you
That's
understand
why
why
they
you
single.
need hints to understand, like, okay. Because now, this is the trippiest thing now.
What?
Women wear married rings as if to say that they're married and they're not. And how is a man supposed to look through all the barricades
Real.
and
That's
the
real.
fences? And it's like, yo, how was I supposed to hit on you when you got
You
this?
had on a wedding ring.
And you got
Man.
friends, you got guys around you. They don't know that that's your cousin. They don't know that that's your assistant. They don't know that that's your manager. You're K. Michelle. They don't know that these men that's around you aren't who we
What I'm
assume.
saying to you is there are so many single women out there watching and that love your podcast. And I'm just asking you the question.
Are we grown?
We is grown.
So therefore, go get what you want. Don't be desperate.
No.
Listen, stop. Hold on.
No,
Stop.
Kim, you can't
Stop.
go.
Don't be desperate. There's ways to
It's
do
not
it.
desperate. It is once you start some shit, you gotta end it. If I talk to you first, I'm the man of the house.
That's not the case.
If I talk to you first, I'm flipping you over.
No.
That's how.
You're going.
Or maybe I'm just, I'm
a
old
little too
school.
far. You're going too far there, boy. You're going too far.
And don't let me talk to you first and pay my own bills.
No.
Oh, it's real, man, out here.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that though. But I just gave you a real example that you may have been
right.
guilty of, from the rings to the entourage to all this. And how is a man capable of deciphering through all
That's
that?
difficult.
It's extremely difficult.
tell
On
you that. It's
top
difficult.
of that, there is certain ramifications that can come with a bold man.
Oh,
So if I
nowadays
look
they going
through,
to jail.
if I look through all the BS, right? If I look through, that's the dude, right? I don't care nothing about that, bro. Man, she bad, boy. I got to go get. That's my wife. Hey,
Okay,
baby,
that's good.
How you
That's
doing?
What you're supposed to do.
You straight? Can I get you a drink? I'm married.
Okay, well then leave it alone. That wasn't your wife then. She was already a wife.
That's still my wife.
But a man still is supposed to go get it.
I think a lot of women don't understand this from a man's perspective, and this is a vulnerable expression. But no matter if male or female, nobody loves rejection. And all I'm asking you is just to show a sign, not desperate, not
So what's
thirsty.
the sign? So when you go out, you're not supposed to wear a certain ring and this and that. Don't have your friends around you. You're supposed to sit like this.
Even if you got all that. Because a nigga like me, when I'm outside, or when I was outside, I got to make eye contact.
Oh, so you're going to be like this.
But a girl like you going to have sunglasses on. Which makes it even more harder. You see what I'm saying? Niggas can't get a break.
I give you that.
You see what I'm saying?
You right.
Now I'm over here like, now I'm looking desperate. Now I'm all way, and then now you done turned around and said,
But
why
wasn't
this
it
nigga
a
over
woman
here?
want to be worth the shot?
Oh, for sure.
Worth the shot, worth the rejection. You got to shoot it. I just don't feel like, as independent as women are right now and this and that, a woman should just never approach a man.
But
if a man doesn't approach me,
I'm not saying
it's just
approach.
not
I
gonna
never
happen.
said approach. What I said
Or even
is
be the
send-
aggressor.
I'm not saying aggressor. These are words you said, not mine. I just said
You're
send
right.
a hint.
What hint?
Like send it.
Like tap you on your shoe?
Man, listen, you tap on these shoes right here. These shoes got scuffs on there.
Tap on the shoe?
Look, me and my girl, look, we straight off.
How did you meet your girl now? Like, what was that? Tell me about that. How was that? And with the big old smile on your face. How was that? What was your mode? How did you know that this beautiful woman...
She pressed me.
Oh, child.
She pressed me.
What type of press?
Listen, man. Last thing I remember, we was at a party. We went back to my house at the time, and we was amongst people. I'm still trying to figure out, like, who, what is. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? We done played the drinking games.
You didn't know yet.
I did not know. I didn't have a confirmed kill. For my gamers that's out there, I had to kill, but I didn't have a confirmed kill. I had to sweep up the badge.
Okay.
For my Call of Duty people. When she hit me with the, so what's up? I said, oh, baby, that's all I needed.
That's all you needed.
I'm going to take it from here. I'll take the check. I'm good. I just needed, so what's up?
You needed something. And you know people assume because you are who you are that, you know.
When I heard those words, it was almost like they put the Batman sign up in the air.
And you was ready.
I done turned from Bruce Wayne to Batman.
Okay.
Looking for a Joker.
So, ladies, I guess.
Just send a hint.
What my friend is trying to say, send a hint if it's not moving your way, because I do speak for a lot of single ladies. I'm not single now, but I still sing the songs of women.
I'm telling you. This is the reality of successful men.
Okay.
That's ready to bring it on in, to bring it on home. We don't look at that. Y'all look at that.
The more money that a man makes and the more successful he is, the more
it's
ready
diluted.
he is to settle?
Say it one more time.
The more successful a man is, or the more money he makes, the more open he is to settling down.
Absolutely not. I think the more money that he has, the more successful he is, the delusion, it is diluted with the expectation of women because it's so easy.
Okay.
But when a man is ready,
he ready. Do you believe this? Do you believe no matter, he can love a woman, this and that, but until a man is ready, like any woman that's around when a man is ready, that's who he gonna marry. They always say.
I can agree with that.
Oh, so they lose all the ones they really love because they not ready. But then if a woman is in his face when he is actually ready, that is who he marries.
And it's sad to say that a lot of women have prepped another man.
For another woman. Build a bear. I got a song called Build a Bear. I done built this man, then took this from him, put that one here. I wish I could build a man. And then for another woman to go and benefit all my hard work.
That's true.
And you believe that? So that is true.
No, for sure. Because The thing about it is experiences, you can't go back in time and get those.
Yeah.
And I just hate that I ruined good women.
Oh.
I will say it again. Listen, I
Did you ruin them or did you
Man,
make
I
them?
had some-
Or did you make them
no.
tough?
No. I ran through the 6 with my look. I'm telling you, another saying, God has a funny sense of humor.
Oh my God, Autumn. What do I say all day? God, I was going to name my country album. God has a sense of humor. I say that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
God has a sense of humor.
But hear this out though. God has a funny sense of humor because nothing's worse than meeting the right person
At the wrong
time of your life.
At the wrong time.
Because as I look back, and dare I question what I have now, but we have conversations. Because I would ask her, has a man ever got away?
Yeah.
Her response is what her response is. It will still remain nameless or mentionless. And for me, I ran through so many good girls because they was giving me everything. But I couldn't.
Wasn't ready to
I wasn't
receive.
ready. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And when that comes at you so fast, and as you start realizing it's like, okay, you're a man doing the Build-A-Bear too. Okay, I like this. I like them buns. I like that. Oh, I like her. I like her submissiveness. Okay, I like her cooking. Okay, I like her.
Is that why men have different women for different things? Honestly. Not you now, you have somebody, but is that why men say, this girl can cook good, this girl has the best head, this girl this and that?
I can't speak to a lot of men, but the things that I have been faced with in the past is something that once started as something is no longer that.
Yeah.
I've always, every single situation, every single person I've ever been with knew that Cam was the real one. Oh, we're gonna have deep conversations. And I would even say this, in a relationship, be very mindful that you go through these different phases. In a relationship, you
What's
talk
the
about
phases?
everything.
Okay.
That's when things are typically new.
Okay.
You talk about everything.
All right.
Then you go through a phase where you talk about some things. That's where the respect comes in at. And you start saying, this is my girlfriend, this is my fiance, this is my wife.
Okay.
Some things. And then there goes a phase, and now you in deep water. You start talking about nothing. When you start talking about nothing,
It's over?
that's when crevices are created because a man is still yearning the desire to talk about everything. So when I'm ready to talk about whether a female or history or my work day or good food or let's go outside, let's do this, let's judge this person, let's kick back, let's go on vacation, let's go to the strip club, let's do this, let's do that, everything, oh man.
That's the time.
You were all in one. You the homie.
Then it changed.
And then it changed to something.
Why it changed so quick? Why does it change so quick? There's this heightened sense of love, and then all of a sudden it's like...
Every situation is different, but every situation needs to understand the power of communication. That's really where it stems from. Because for me, even having relationships or trying to have healthy relationships through a co-parenting state, it still takes communication. There's times that it's good, but barricades has to be set. I'm an inclusive person. I come from a big family. So to that point, I've always wanted a lot of kids.
How many kids you want?
All right, you think I'm tripping.
Kevin, how many kids you want?
Peggy, just because she think I'm tripping. How many kids I say I want?
11.
How many kids you got?
8.
Oh, Jay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've always said that though. You can ask my first baby mama.
But that's what you wanted, this big family.
My grandmother, and God rest her soul, she was one of 13. You're from the South. You can appreciate that.
That's how it was.
So to my defense, I always knew what I wanted. I just didn't always go about it in a way that was supposed to be the right way. Because I'm the kid, the black sheep that say,
You was living life.
I
Like,
was
you was living life. You trying to figure it out. We ain't here to judge you about that.
please don't.
We just want you. We just want you in this moment right now, foot up and all, non-baker. We would like for you to come through for the black family with that beautiful black woman and them beautiful black kids. We would like for you to step up, and stepping up, we want you to be happy too. Men's mental health and happiness is everything. But I'm coming here to you as a black woman. Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
To answer
As a
that,
black family.
I can say I'm trying. But
Okay.
I got to get back on schedule. Do you think you get the respect you deserve
Yeah.
for dabbling into country?
No. This is what it is.
Why not?
I felt like when I came out and said I was doing country music, my own culture and community laughed at me. They thought that I was weird and they didn't understand it and I should stay in R&B, and they literally made fun of me for being who I was.
But why country though?
That's how I grew up. Mm-hmm. I didn't get, the first tape I got was the Mary J. Blige. It was the Judds. I grew up on all country music. I grew up on Leanne Womack. I grew up on Alison Krauss. I grew up on Toby Keith. I didn't grow up just because
You look a certain type of
look
way.
like this.
Yeah.
I know people feel a way about Robert Kelly and R. Kelly. That was my mentor. And I remember him going to the record label and saying, y'all want a gimmick? Y'all want to sell some records? This ain't y'all Mary J. Blige. She sound like this and she look like this. That is how you sell records. And no one would listen to him or me.
Do you still talk to him?
I haven't recently spoke to Rob, but his team has reached out recently, and I would like to get to a point where I can speak to a mentor, because he did, I went from one abuser to another one. Robert Kelly, he saw me being abused by my executive and took me from that. So I went from one abuser to another abuser, And when it comes to music, I always did music, but I didn't know how to write a song, this and that. And Robert Kelly really shaped me as a writer and as an artist. But I'm also very much for women. Being a domestic violence survivor and advocate for all women in that, I'm every day constantly torn in between this situation. This is an everyday thing.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's an everyday thing for me. I go through it every day.
Now, to the individuals who have dabbled in the genre of country, the list goes on. You've seen collabs with rappers. You've seen, rappers now converted, and we now know them solely on country. One in particular, not a rapper, but just the thoughts of Beyonce entering into the country scene. What's your thought process?
My thought is, I think it was absolutely needed in country. Beyonce sent me flowers and was like, I see what you're doing in country music. That was amazing, because, your own people don't give you flowers, and they give you flowers when someone else give you flowers. And I don't live my life for flowers. Country music to me it's a way of life, and it's who I am. And I knew Beyonce was doing a country album before everybody did, because I was in Nashville, and I knew that she was working on that. And as I am now, I was so hyped about it, because I'm like, oh, now people are going to pay attention. There's a whole group of African-American country singers who have been there. It's about 12 of us who have been in what's quoted as the whitest city in America, Nashville. We have been there fighting. And to see Beyonce come in and do country music, and this is the first time that my people, if we're being honest, that my people and my culture have even gave a fuck enough to even know the background of country music or to even care. So for her to come out and put it in the forefront for people to actually care and start to do research about it, I can't do anything but applaud her for that. I am a Beyonce supporter as a Black woman. In Nashville, people know. You won't say anything about Beyonce around her, but positive, because I'm a stand in that.
I think people know. You would not say anything about Beyonce. Not around no niggas. No, not around no distinguished Black people.
Yeah, you will not play those games, but you also, have to understand, even in country and in Nashville, that is a whole nother world. Mm-hmm. And, like we love Beyonce, they love Dolly. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like Dolly is, and Dolly, that's
she got a cake mix too.
Yeah, that she does have a cake mix.
Come on, man.
Biscuit mix
Stop
too.
Stop playing with me.
I was able and blessed to get a record for my album that Dolly wrote. I was just so excited. But Dolly, that's someone that to me is just my everything as far as business and just even how she fought for Black people. Like, for taking, I Will Always Love You, taking the music and putting that into the Black community, refusing to not work with Black people and to always fight for Black people. Like Dolly Parton is that girl. Mm. And it's a thing, it's really a thing in Nashville. And Nashville's about lifestyle. But I've also watched Nashville even not accept their own, even not accept white people, because they felt like they wasn't country enough. I watched it in both realms. And it's a whole fight in Nashville right now for country radio to even play women. Not white or Black. Women do not get played on country radio. And it's a big fight going on right now, in the genre.
But even talking about just the collaboration, mm-hmm. Would you work with Beyonce? Oh,
absolutely. That is Beyonce. When it comes down to work ethic and come down to someone who have had, you know what I'm saying, who have had to go through the hell, who don't play about their music. That's all I want to work with. There are people that are huge I still don't have a desire to work with. But when it comes down to work ethic and what it is and really loving their music, that is why I respect her. And not just for clout or hype. That's not about that when it comes to me and my love for Beyonce. It comes to the love of being a Black woman who has to endure and encounter everything and fight for her gift.
Riddle me this. Mm-hmm. Do girls beef in music the same way guys beef in music?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got some beefs out there?
A lot.
The toxic me.
I mean, hate the bitch.
Who?
The Muppet. Like, I got into this game and I came in on a show called Love and Hip Hop. I talked about my abuse and I didn't say anybody's name. There was this Muppet in the corner, yapping. And even till this day, when Beyonce sent me flowers and everything, she subliminally, but not subliminal, talked about me and everything. When I go through bookings and everything, it's always her name. Don't book her for shows. So you're attempting to even stop money for how I take care of my child and everything. All because of what? All because you ain't got no edges. All because of your sister really the star. This is what this is about. All because of the man that you love tried to talk to me before you, in the middle of you, and after you. All because I'm from the country, but you are the bumpkin. It is always something with this loudmouth coyote. And I mind my business. I don't say much. I don't say anything, Cam. But as soon as I say something, it is this and that. I'm to the point I am for women united and all of this.
Cap.
No, I am.
Cap.
I swear for cracks and cheese. I'm for
You
women
can't
united, but I'm
say-
tell you one thing, I'm
you
gonna slap
can't-
the
you-
fuck out of her.
You can't
On
do that.
site.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
That's why I say it's cap. You can't say woman empowerment and then
Yes, I can.
you can't do that.
That is a Muppet, not a woman.
No, you can't say
I
that.
can say
you can't
that.
say that. You can't. Okay, if we're talking about accountability from top to bottom,
Give it to.
we're talking about accountability
Give
from
me-
top to bottom.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow you to hold me accountable to
Hold
certain
me
things.
accountable. Come on.
That ain't it.
Let me tell you something. If I consistently for years and years have been quiet, it's like poking a bear. You can only kick a dog so
Fair.
much to poke you back. If I'm not saying a word and everything that is good for me, anything good happens to me, you manage to get in the media and be negative when it comes to me.
But
You're
understand-
always negative towards women. Guess what? One thing I am, I can play fool. I can play cool, but I can't play fool.
Mm-hmm. But understand this though, Kay. Everything about what you've been doing on this platform has been pushing love and pushing acceptance and pushing accountability.
Yes.
But now, you can't say what you said and not expect.
You ain't finna let nobody coming from Atlanta, Georgia. You can sit up here all you want to with your hands crossed and be great. You not gonna let anybody consistently keep playing with you, even when you've offered your hand in peace and you've offered your hand in love and you're minding your business and you're not even coming for them and they consistently try you at every corner, at every turn. You're not going to let that happen.
Okay.
You're just not. You are a man and you're going to stand there. We don't have to resort to violence or any of that. I get that. But if you consistently behind closed doors, like when the world isn't watching, you're still poking at somebody 3 years consistent and they don't say a word.
Okay.
At some point, I have to defend myself.
Say less.
And at some point, I have to show you where the hell I'm from. Memphis, Tennessee, and I have to show you I'm not, it can't continue.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take that as a sign that we need to move on.
Yeah, we're going to take that as a sign, nuck if you buck.
Okay, Lord
In
Jesus.
Atlanta terms.
Lord Jesus. I'm going to pray.
Talk
Now-
shit, get hit.
Oh,
That is, we're going to take that in Atlanta.
Lord.
Okay?
Another thing that has been prominent in Atlanta has been body additions.
Yes.
You've been extremely open about multiple procedures and on the journey for removal
Yeah.
of the enhancements.
Yeah.
Right. What do you want people to know most about that whole process that you're going on?
What I want people to know most about plastic surgery. One, I'm not against plastic surgery. Do your research. Do what you need to do if that is for you. What I want them to know, no amount of plastic surgery is going to make you love yourself anymore. It's not going to make a man love you more. None of that. What I want them to know is that these people that you see with these, big asses, I had the hugest ass in life. And literally, I could not walk. I could not. But People magazine said I had one of the best bodies, ever. That almost cost me my life. Some shit that didn't matter. What I do want women to know is to watch this trend of these big asses go to now everybody want a natural body. Once you put some ass shots into you, you will never be able to get them out of you. That is absolutely permanent. You can take out a breast implant, you can take out things like that, but once you inject silicone shots into your body, that is motor oil that forever live in your body. You can cut it out to an extent as to what you need to be, but it will always be in your body. This is a permanent decision for a temporary fix that is not going to fix you if your soul is not right. I want women to know, do what you want to do to enhance, and men. Enhance, but that isn't going to enhance you getting into heaven, and that's not going to enhance you when you wake up and look in the mirror every day.
Do you look at a man different for male enhancements?
Absolutely. I'm wrong for that.
Okay. Thank you.
It's wrong as hell.
Okay.
But I be like, damn,
it's a
little
devil.
BBL, nigga. Like, I don't want to be.
Lil Lipo.
Lil Lipo.
Hey, we'll give somebody a nickname. They go Lil Lipo.
Lil Lipo.
What up, Craig? Lil Lipo.
I don't even want to hear his raps after that. I'm like, damn. And that's wrong. I did not say that is right. It is absolutely wrong.
It's a big double
But I
thing.
can't help what triggers the inside, or maybe how it is. I don't want to feel that way, but I feel like once you get lipo, once again, I run the relationship. I run everything. I'm the man. No BBLs. I can't look at you, so you're not a gangster to me after the BBL.
Well, there has been definitely a shift, as you kind of mentioned, right, in body eras, right? I'm an 80s baby, so therefore
Yeah, me too.
I went through a situation where it was the titties, it was the breasts, right? The Playboy-esque body, the petite with the bangers.
What I got now?
Yeah. Then you go through an era of shots, butt shots.
Yeah.
Then it was everybody's trying to get the perfect J-Lo body, the perfect Kim K body, the perfect Beyonce body. And not to say that any of them have ever went under the needle, I'm not assuming, but this was the staple of what people's bodies was trying to be.
Yeah.
Now, those eras have now shifted to going back to natural, going back to petite, going back to skinny.
Yeah.
What happened to just the desire of enjoying the journey in the gym?
I'm about to go to no damn gym. That shit is tired. That shit is draining. I be hungry. I be hurting. I'm about to go to no damn gym. Everybody want quick results, like microwave generation. Even in January, I had worked out 2 months straight. I was very proud of myself because of the dedication and the discipline. But did I enjoy it? Hell no. I never got to enjoy that.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for.
Anything worth having, I get it. It sounds cute and all,
No.
but that hurts.
It's
It
supposed to.
hurts, and I don't enjoy it. No matter what type of music I put on, whatever, I be struggling.
You're supposed to struggle.
Yeah, I would much rather struggle in other things than purposely putting myself up to struggle.
Now-
Life is going to bring a struggle. Why would I want to dedicate a struggle at 8 o'clock in the morning at the gym? Life already gave a struggle.
You want to know what would help that?
What?
A young man. Young man, get on your campaign and be like, baby,
That's
come on,
why I
let's go
don't
to-"
date young men.
No. A man. Hey,
I
baby,
don't date them.
Come on.
They keep trying. It's like I can start a whole team from my DM. The amount of young men. I'm not doing it. You're not finna drive me around the world.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
Oh,
What
tell
I'm
me.
saying, in essence, if you had a partner that is in agreement to saying, hey, this what we doing. Let's go about it this way. And accepting all flaws and all to say, baby, what we doing? Come
What
on.
we doing? We gonna go bake this pound cake.
That's
we gonna
cheap
eat
meal.
these biscuits.
I love that.
I want to be healthy, and you know what? I need to do that. I get what you're saying.
That's it.
I get what you're saying.
Because when you see when you see certain situations, and God rest her soul, but I even had him on this platform of Funky Friday,
Who?
DC Young Fly,
Yes.
and he talked about just tapping in with your person, and the desire on the surface will never penetrate deep to the soul if that's not right. Did that were you aware of it? How do you feel about it? And just, I'm big on just the education of, you got different type of surgeries, from the mommy makeovers to just liposuction, BBL, shots, whatever it may be. And I don't judge Nathaniel. All I'm saying is, from a person who has been open about it, how do you give people or bring awareness to that?
I just tell the truth. Like, I've always talked about my surgeries, and I was open. Like, I remember going through this and was like, I could portray everything good. Just like I tell people my great, I tell them my lows. I never play in it. And some people might feel like you don't owe the world that, but I do feel like if someone puts you on a pedestal and puts you in the public, there's so many people that can sing better than me, do this and that. They never get this opportunity. I'm supposed to say something. And if I'm going to tell you the bad, I'm going to tell you the great, I'm going to tell you the bad too. Yeah. I've never played with that. I've always been very honest in those surgeries, and that's when it went bad for me. I said, don't do this. I immediately got on. I remember getting on my live. I remember even going through surgeries and people made these memes and said my butt was falling off. They really bullied me about telling the truth, which other celebrities wasn't doing, and being honest about it. And I still took it on the chin, and I kept it. I kept it, and I'm happy I did. It does bother me when I go into Walmart and different places that everybody want to talk to me about a man that did them bad, or about they butt, or about surgery. I'm like, wow. But that is the face that I took on. And that's the platform that I took on, to talk to women about body image and things. When my body right now isn't perfect, I still got 2 more surgeries, even in reconstruction. And I've had to love myself, even in it not being a perfect body.
I'm going to challenge that young man that you are with, and do your job, bro.
He is. He is an athlete. And he's very in shape. And I do fight with him about going to the gym just to, like, I got to sing. I got to go do this today. But it is a gentle type of love going on, because I don't think people even understand. With reconstruction of your body, you still have to show your body. And it affects sex, and it affects everything. It affects you accepting things from men, because you might not want to show your scars and what you've gone through. And I've literally had to pull, without my surgeries being complete, I've literally had to pull in liking myself, actually. And saying, I deserve top notch, regardless if one ass cheek is a little bigger than the other one. I deserve that. I'm a great woman. And as harmful as it was to me, it really has been a different type of something I had to pull.
How new is this?
This has been going on now for about 5 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. About 5 years.
No.
What?
Not the surgeries.
Oh.
The relationship.
Oh, no, this is new. This is about 8 months. This is new.
This is new, boo?
This is new. Get you.
New boo.
This is a new boo. Yeah. Well, I haven't even really let anybody in, even because of surgeries, even because of, I didn't want them, because that's silicone and stuff in your body does make you unhealthy and things like that. And you don't even want to put that on somebody. Then I have a bunch of 20-year-old athletes running the world trying to date me. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not going from game to game. My body can't take it. I don't want to do it. So even just that.
But can you blame them though?
I just think they want mamas. I am very that. I am very the woman of cooking, and after you
I don't think it's a young or old
grown,
thing. I don't think that's a vet move. I don't think that's a
vet move.
Yeah, the hot warm towel. Like,
it's a long move.
Ooh, vet.
I think the young guys want that, and
not young guys. Guys in general wants a nurturer.
Okay.
A nurture. That's.
Yeah, I'm a nurturer. I'm really mama bear. I just
Yeah.
I'm always like that.
Man, listen, I have to go into this topic of the entrepreneur.
Okay.
You know, you have a Jack Daniels collaboration, you have a restaurant, you have moonshine on the horizon. You got things, business is booming.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Talk to us about, those different things and endeavors that you have and what to expect.
Business is booming just like business hits a boom. I have had over 3 restaurants. The one I'm in right now, if you would like to invest, the one that I am in right now is kicking my ass.
Name?
I took on, it's Puffin Petals. I started it. I make these restaurants and then I sell them, and I've done very well. The one right now was one of the biggest clubs in Atlanta that I've taken over. I thought it was like Ghost and Power. And it's kicking my ass. And just the decisions as an adult woman and even in business, do I move forward in this? I'm already $300,000 over budget. Do I do this and that? That is what I deal with every day. I love creating a space for people to come together and to do what they need to do. I'm always packed out. I've never taken a restaurant L. This might be my first one. I accept it. I deal with it. Far as Jack Daniels, I am the first African-American ever endorsed by Jack Daniels. I created a drink with them. They did not slap my name on it. I went into Kentucky several times, over and over again, to create a drink with another Black woman who creates all the drinks, which people don't know, for Jack Daniels. Jarita. I created a drink called Southern Peach. It soon went on to be the #1 selling RTD, ready-to-drink drink in Jack Daniels, even beat Jack and Coke. I got paid for every case sold of Jack Daniels when it came to Southern Peach. Currently, I am been doing for 2 years. This is not a thing of slapping your name on a brand as a person. I just left the distillery Saturday. That is the type of stuff I do, from making and distilling to probably shouldn't be trying to make moonshine myself, to doing that type of thing, to now I feel like I have created the best recipe ever for this moonshine that is about to come out, all the way down to the bottle design. That's just what I do. So that, and just trying to manage a new business that I've created. My family calls me Puddin'. In the country, they call me Puddin', to launching Puddin' Farms right now. And that is liquor, food, and even cakes that are better than yours. That is what is going on right now with me.
Being a baker, you understand that even pudding from scratch. I don't put no premix or no jello in my pudding.
Oh.
I whisk it in a pot.
Oh.
Make it paste.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm really, oh, come on now.
We got to do this bake-off. I have to try these cakes, okay?
Date, time,
Whenever you're ready.
and I'll be fine.
Whenever you're ready. Just be prepared. This ain't football, baby.
But it's a competitive
Yes,
situation.
but it's years and years. This is grandmama on me.
Lord Jesus, here we go. Grandmama.
Okay.
I love this energy that we got going on. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Now let's get into our question of the day.
Okay.
Now the question of the day is typically asked to provoke thought,
Okay.
and it cannot be no one-word answer.
All right.
You ready?
All right.
If a girl dated the homie, should she be taken seriously from another person who knew the homie?
Absolutely. We all go through things. We all date certain people to find out what we like. Sometimes you make a mistake and you get it right on the second or third or even fifth chance. Just because you knew the person that I'm supposed to be with the rest of my life, I'm supposed to not be with him for the rest of my life?
Hear me out, and I'm fine with that. But understand this. So you're saying if you were with John Doe,
Okay.
right? I'm not going to give it a tenure or whatever.
Okay.
Now, I meet you as Bob Doe. I know John. Is Bob supposed to, can me and you date seriously if you and John had a relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Especially when you get to a certain age and when you get to a certain place. Like all of that high school shit is out the window. Love is hard to find. You might have dated someone and that's not your mate and your soulmate might be in your face. And I'm not going to not date that person because I made a mistake.
Okay, now let's flip it real quick.
Okay?
If I was with one of your friends as a man, now I come around to date you. Man, you know I really wanted to be with you, Kay.
Ooh!
I ain't worrying about Sandra or Quisha now. I wanted you from the jump. She was just a casualty.
Okay, Cash.
A moment in time. Can this really be a real thing?
Ooh. Women are different.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to be honest. We said we was going to do real talk today.
But there's so many.
Look, I don't have a ton of
There's double
female
standards.
friends. Like me and one of my friends right now in LA, there was a athlete and she was like, you know, I dated him. It's going to be crazy for you. Me and her have that type of relationship. And that's like the best relationship. She was like, oh, you tried out. She's married now, so that doesn't happen. But I remember her specifically saying, I dated him, girl, he crazy. Go for it, but you ain't going to like him. I have
Them
that
all
type
the
of
negative things though.
But I have that type of relationship with her. She still was like, when I was all into him, she was like, okay, go. It was no hate there.
Did he ever be in
No.
an environment where both of you guys were there?
No, never.
Would you feel a certain type of way?
No, because I know she was so off him. I didn't care, and she didn't care. My friend didn't care.
Was
I didn't
he
care.
off her?
Yeah, he didn't. It wasn't serious to him in the first place.
This conversation can go on and on and on. On and on and on.
Yeah, I don't really do that. I don't really get into that. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm never, women are emotional beings anyway. I've never had to deal in, hey, da-da-da-da-da, because I would just tell you, did you date him? What you think about that? I would ask my friends. My friends are tough. Like, I always say this, you can't be my friend if you're really, sensitive and weak. I have to have people like me.
But is there a timetable that gives clearance?
Yeah.
How many months?
I think about some years.
How many years?
I think it's some years. I would say at least 2 years.
So 2 years you get a clearance to date freely.
Yeah, especially if you got some bad, I got some beautiful friends. And, the type of men that I date is the type of men they date. And it's just, it's like, girl, you done dated so ain't nobody left for us. What the hell? Between you and you, what do we have left to date? And, there's only a certain percentage and caliber of men in that percentage. You don't get a lot of those. So I think that should be even an understanding with women who date certain men. Oh, look at your face. You ready to say something to me.
No.
That's the truth. There's only a certain percentage of this type of man, and we know that, and we're that type of woman, if that's what we choose to date. You done dated. Between you done dated all of them. What are we supposed to do?
Okay, Michelle, can I really tell you something
You
else?
can tell me everything.
I really enjoyed this conversation.
I enjoyed you.
I appreciate it.
I thank you.
I don't want to be named in one of your songs, though.
I think I might.
No.
I might have to name you. I might need to name you in a song, but I'm definitely gonna write a song about beating your ass and cooking that cake. I'm really for me to say, I beat top NFL player, I beat him in some. Watch, I would love to throw that in your face forever.
Just don't be surprised if it don't go your way.
I'm open.
Say less.
It be you. I be watching your shows. It be you that don't like stuff when it go your way. Okay.
As we end things here at Funky Friday, when I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
Now, can you pay attention? Can you follow instructions? Can you be led?
Ooh.
I'm gonna lead you to this screen, then I'm gonna go to that screen, and then I'm gonna finish off with this screen. It'll look something like this. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. And then when I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
Here we go, you ready?
Yeah.
One finger. Can you be
You want
led?
one finger?
Yeah, hello. You
want the finger
I was
too?
just trying to get.
Oh.
No. Slow down. No. Don't finger me. No. That ain't ha- Listen, we don't play them type of games. Slow down. Pump the brakes. That's the non-negotiable. But it's gonna go one finger, one pinky, one thumb.
Okay.
All together.
Yes, let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Keep your fingers to yourself. Here we go. One finger, one pinky,
I don't do pinkies. I'm a Delta.
but together though.
Okay, yeah.
She ain't from the hood because she don't things getting a little shake. She been in Nashville too long.
Pinky.
Lord Jesus, here we go. Let's start over.
I'm ready, I got it.
Grace, have patience, Lord. Here we go. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. All together, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, K. Michelle.
Oh, I enjoyed you, crazy man.
Appreciate you, baby.
I enjoyed you.